Hey, let's 11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K20 Universe Mode. I apologize for yesterday's episode being yesterday and not Monday. My internet was down, made it literally impossible to get the episode up. Either way, we're here tonight for NXT. We got some huge action ahead of us tonight. Because tonight, on the road to TakeOver, we're just a week away. We see Candice LeRae take on Mia Yim. Tyler Breeze and Fandango are going to take on the Kings of Wrestling. Shirai takes on number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship, Toni Storm. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are here in NXT, former tag team champions. They take on the NXT tag team champions, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. A bit of an announcement about the fourth member of the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong, later on. But in the main event, we're going to see Johnny Gargano take on the Brian Kendrick. Alright, so we can see in our first two matches tonight, Candice LeRae got the victory over Mia Yim, and Cassius Ohno and Cesaro got another victory, this time over Breezango. So now, let's jump into some women's action. Well, TakeOver is only a week from Saturday. It is not far off at all. TakeOver will premiere live here on the LS11 Universe channel on Saturday, December 7th, 2019.
Making her way to the ring.
The following week.
Tokyo, Japan.
Never mind, I didn't correct there for me. But Io Shirai making her way to the ring. Tonight, Io Shirai has a big opportunity ahead of herself, because she's taking on, as I've already said, the number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship, Toni Storm. Toni Storm's going to take on Shayna Baszler next week.
And from Gold Coast, Australia, Toni Storm.
As here comes Toni Storm, no pun intended, storming her way down to the ring for this number one contenders match. Or not number one contenders match, for this one-on-one matchup, excuse me. She won a number one contenders match against Bianca Belair 3 weeks ago now, I believe. As Toni Storm enters the ring. Toni Storm, she's got a big opportunity. She can build some big momentum if she can get this victory tonight over Io Shirai. But Io Shirai is no pushover of an opponent. And Io Shirai, oh look at this. Went for a German suplex. Toni Storm saw her coming and a big boot connects. Well, Toni Storm had that German suplex well scouted. Sends Io off the turnbuckle. Picks her back up, and now Toni Storm has her up on her shoulders, and Toni Storm drops her to the mat. It's a big opportunity for both ladies tonight. Toni Storm, she's got to prove why she's number one contender. Io Shirai, she's got to prove why she thinks she should be the number one contender. As a big Hurricane Rana there from Io Shirai. As Toni Storm up to her feet. Io with a right hand for a kick. Storm counters Storm. There's a big chop. And another one to the back knocks her down. Toni Storm quickly pulls herself to the top. Io Shirai finds the counter. Toni Storm. Oh, Storm rolls her through. Io Shirai in trouble. Io Shirai gets the shoulder up, though. And now Toni Storm with a kick. Oh, counter from Io Shirai. And Toni gets her with a Hurricane Rana, though. It's Toni Storm with a kick now. Uppercut knocks her back. And Toni Storm just dunks Io Shirai to the outside. And Toni Storm up to the top rope crossbody to the outside. And now Toni Storm with Io Shirai back to her feet. Toni sends her back in the ring. And Storm up to the top rope again. Elbow drop. Got her with that one. And now Toni Storm's got her back up. Toni Storm. No. Io Shirai finding another counter. Toni Storm, no. Io Shirai again counters. Io Shirai into a crossface on Toni Storm. As Toni Storm crawling for the ropes. Io Shirai with the crossface in tight. Toni Storm could be in trouble here. Io trying to work her over to the corner. As Toni just scratching and clawing. And Toni Storm now finally finds the counter. As Io Shirai's got her again, and Io taking out the leg and takes out the knee of Toni Storm. And now Shirai, no, Toni back to her feet. Toni Storm knocks her back. Toni Storm, look at the strength here. Drops her with a neck breaker there onto the knee. Toni Storm going to the top rope. Toni, big splash into the cover. One. No, a kick out from Io again. Toni Storm picks Io Shirai back up though. And Io Shirai finds the counter. And Shirai knocks her down in the corner. They base the boots into the... Whoa! Went for the stomp. Oh, Toni Storm had her right where she wanted her. And Toni Storm gets her there. 1, 2, 3. The #1 contender with a big victory there. What a closing sequence there. Toni Storm scouted that one out perfectly. And then just dropped her with the Eye of the Storm.
Here is your winner, Toni Storm.
Big victory there for Toni Storm. But we still have more action coming up next. We have our tag team action up next.
Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 447 pounds, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
The Major Brothers, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder making their way to the ring. They're former tag team champions. Don't forget that fact. They made their way to the ring. Zack and Kurt coming back to NXT tonight just to try and get some kind of victory under the belt against the NXT Tag Team Champions. So I have a bit of an announcement now that I can make. As here come the Undisputed Era, the NXT Champion Adam Cole, the NXT Tag Team Champions Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, the NXT North American Champion Roderick Strong. Well, not long ago, well, it was just last week as well.
At a combined weight of 397 pounds.
We may have already announced this, but in case you haven't been around for it, a couple weeks ago, it was Matt Riddle versus Keith Lee in a #1 Contenders match. In the #1 Contenders match for the NXT North American Championship, Roderick Strong ran into that match and got involved and caused a no contest, laying out both Riddle and Lee. But now, we can confirm for sure at TakeOver it's going to be Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong in a triple threat for that. As the Undisputed Era have made their way to the ring. Look at that. They are dripping in gold, as they said they would be. Fish, Strong, O'Reilly, and Cole. Tonight it's Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole. Strong in the back tonight. But the Undisputed Era have arrived. They all have we already know it's going to be Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream. Fish and O'Reilly are going to take on the Kings of Wrestling. But tonight, Fish and O'Reilly are taking on Hawkins and Ryder. There's a big clothesline from Bobby Fish immediately out of the gate. And Bobby Fish with a kick to Kurt Hawkins and a knee strike to Kurt. As Bobby Fish with Curt Hawkins. No, Curt Hawkins finds the counter. Counter from Fish, though. Curt Hawkins again puts Fish in the corner. And Curt Hawkins turns Bobby Fish around. Curt Hawkins sends Bobby Fish into the corner. And there's a big counter from Bobby Fish, who just shoves Curt Hawkins in the corner. Tag made. Here comes Kyle O'Reilly into the matchup already. Hawkins is up. Hawkins is spiked with a DDT and hit with a suplex as well. Kyle O'Reilly now. Right hand to Curt Hawkins. Kick to the ribs and a kick to the head. Right hand from Kyle O'Reilly. As Curt Hawkins just rolls under the bottom rope to try and get out of that. Kyle O'Reilly now with Curt Hawkins. Has him up and has him down. And now O'Reilly. He and Fish, they very much like to isolate their opponents, and that's kind of what we've seen so far tonight with Hawkins. But Hawkins, he's tried to kind of play the same game here with Fish and O'Reilly. Don't know what just happened to my voice there for a second. I apologize there. My voice just kind of died for a second. As Kyle O'Reilly with Curt Hawkins now, sending Hawkins into the corner, knocks him down off the turnbuckle. The force was just a bit too much for Curt Hawkins. As Kyle O'Reilly with a right hand, and Kyle puts him in the corner again. Tag made. Here comes Bobby Fish again. And it's over. Big kick to the head into a brain buster. Kyle O'Reilly just taking a moment to gloat in the ring. As Bobby Fish drilling his knee into the back. Hawkins again with a counter though. Bobby Fish with Curt Hawkins over the top rope. Bobby Fish now has Hawkins and hits him with a neck breaker off the ropes. Bobby Fish, big rolling forearm. Clotheslines Curt Hawkins over the top rope. And now in the face of Zack Ryder, asking Ryder if he wants any. Curt Hawkins down on the outside. Hawkins back to one knee though, back to his feet. Hawkins now back in the ring. It might have just turned out to be a bad move for Curt Hawkins. Oh, but Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's made the tag, and Zack Ryder takes him down. And Ryder drop kick to Bobby Fish. Zack Ryder now has him up. Ryder with another drop kick. Right hand. Zack Ryder hits him with another clothesline. Zack sending Bobby Fish in the corner. Zack Ryder. Big right hand. And a kick. Knocks him down. Ryder. Into the brewski boot. For the win. Could Zack Ryder somehow capitalize off of that? Covers him. One. Kick out at one from Bobby Fish. Zack Ryder working over the neck of Bobby Fish now. Ryder picking him up, and Zack Ryder, look at this, drops Bobby Fish with a gut buster. And now Kyle O'Reilly's in the matchup. Kyle with a boot. Just watching and laughing as Ryder's reaching for Hawkins. Now here comes Curt Hawkins into the ring. Oh! Down goes Curt. Kyle O'Reilly with a knee strike. Kyle O'Reilly kick to the ribs. Has Curt Hawkins up. Brainbuster drops him. Cover. 1, 2. I think Kyle O'Reilly might have just actually got off of Kurt Hawkins there. Hawkins now trying to find the counter. Knocks down Kyle. Booting him in the corner now. Will Kurt Hawkins come to, or will Kyle O'Reilly come to a decision there? Hawkins, look at that. Big flapjack there. Has him up. Kyle O'Reilly back to his feet. Springboards off his hands there. Kyle O'Reilly sent in the corner again. Kurt Hawkins sending Kyle O'Reilly into the corner. Hawkins. No, O'Reilly finds the counter. Hawkins with another counter though. And Kyle O'Reilly with Kurt Hawkins into the corner. Down goes Zack Ryder. Now, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish in 2. You know what's coming. Last shot to Kurt Hawkins. Into the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Zack Ryder's there. And well, Zack Ryder gets dropped by Bobby Fish. Ryder's down. Is he out? Hawkins with a counter. Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins picking Bobby Fish up. Kurt Hawkins, no, gets caught with an arm drag. Back in the corner goes Bobby Fish. Goes Kurt Hawkins. Tag made again. And once again, another time though, into the last shot. Into the cover. 1, 2. No, again Zack Ryder breaks it up. Again, Zack Ryder suffers the consequences for it. As Hawkins and Ryder just being picked apart by the Undisputed Era. Tag made. Bobby Fish is back in. The kick into another brainbuster. Oh, and Zack Ryder, well, rises up a little bit there. And well, it didn't last long, did it? Oh, Kurt Hawkins finding a counter. Kurt Hawkins! What a big clothesline. Out of completely nowhere with that one. Now Hawkins is going to the top rope. Kurt. Elbow drop into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Bobby Fish. Counter from Fish though. Now Bobby Fish working over the legs of Kurt Hawkins. Bobby Fish into a single leg knee bar here. A single leg Boston Crab, excuse me. But Zack Ryder stopping that one. Bobby Fish grabbing him again, turning him over. Back into the Boston Crab. And Bobby Fish, well, Zack Ryder, Kyle O'Reilly's got to start earning his pay. Because Zack Ryder is just breaking up everything. Kurt Hawkins hasn't really moved in the last 5 minutes of this matchup. If it were not for Zack Ryder, I think this matchup would have been over 10 minutes ago. Big kick from Bobby Fish to Zack Ryder. Tag made. And again, the last shot. Will it be the final shot this time? Takes out Zack Ryder for sure that time. Referee, count it. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Undisputed Era are your winners. A good showing from Hawkins and Ryder. They got a good bit of offense in this matchup, but the last shot, 3 times, definitely more than enough. Undisputed Era riding now a huge wave of momentum heading into TakeOver next weekend. But we still have one match left. It's the main event that's up next. So this is we got 2 different stories heading into this matchup. Now we got the Brian Kendrick, who is still looking for that first victory here in the NXT. In 5 weeks, this will be his 5th match. He lost the Battle Royal the first week.
Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 174
He lost. Brian Kendrick was in the 8-man Battle Royal, the first episode of NXT, to crown the Cruiserweight Champion. He was eliminated from that one. And then the next week on NXT, Brian Kendrick lost to Cruiserweight Champion Mike Kanellis. Then the next week, he lost to Jackson Ryker of the Forgotten Sons. And 2 weeks ago, he lost to Toni Nese. And last week, wait, no, this is this week in run. So this is his 5th match that he's taking on. He's taking on the number 1 contender to the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, Johnny Gargano, who next weekend will challenge Mike Kanellis for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. We're going to find out if Johnny's going to be able to put his money where his mouth is. Johnny said that all it's going to take is 1 match with Mike, and he'll be able to take the Cruiserweight Championship from him. Like I said, next Saturday we're going to learn, does Johnny have what it takes to be Cruiserweight Champion? And tonight, will Gargano build some more momentum, or will the streak finally end for the Brian Kendrick? Well, Brian Kendrick starting off strong here. As Gargano, Gargano finds the counter. Gargano went for a leaping neck breaker. There's a counter for counter there with these two. And Gargano dropping Kendrick immediately though. And Gargano now has Kendrick in a sitting position. Johnny Gargano, Brian Kendrick up, and drops him into the mat. Johnny has him back to his feet. Johnny Gargano, no. Brian Kendrick with a drop kick. And Gargano, no. Right hand gets Kendrick with a right hand. And Brian Kendrick gets dropped with a forearm strike. Johnny Gargano now stomps on him. And Gargano with Kendrick up in a sitting position. Johnny with Kendrick up and down. Brian Kendrick back to his feet. Johnny Gargano has Brian Kendrick up, suplexes him down. Now Brian Kendrick. Oh, wait a minute. Small package hold here on Gargano. What? No, Gargano immediately kicks out. And now Brian Kendrick with Johnny kicks him, knocking him back here. And Brian Kendrick has Gargano in the corner. Brian Kendrick off the middle rope, crossbody connects to Gargano. Tells the referee to get out of his way. The referee instead stays right in his way. As Brian Kendrick flies off the top, nobody home. And now Johnny Gargano sends Brian Kendrick off the ropes and tosses him. Brian Kendrick getting back to his feet on the outside here. Right hand from Gargano. Gargano slingshot tornado or slingshot DDT onto the apron. I'll tell you, that's the hardest part of the ring. As Johnny Gargano getting fired up. Kendrick back to his feet, though. Sends Gargano back in the ring. Brian Kendrick with Gargano up. And Gargano, no, counters the chop. Kendrick finds a counter. Drops him. Knee into the face of Johnny Gargano. And now Johnny sent to the corner. And, counters, and Kendrick gets stomped in the waist. And now Brian Kendrick could be in trouble. Johnny Gargano has him back to his feet. Johnny taking out the arm of Kendrick. Look at this. Working over the arm, and now has the knee as well, and a knee bar here. As Brian Kendrick, he's got to try and fight back. And Brian Kendrick slips his arm free, rolls through, and shoves Johnny Gargano back. And now Brian Kendrick with Johnny up, and drops him face first into the mat. Now Johnny sends Kendrick off the ropes. Johnny went for an enziguri. Kendrick found the counter. Now Kendrick with Johnny up and drops him again face first into the mat. And Brian Kendrick boots him in the mouth. And now Johnny putting Brian in the corner. Johnny Gargano with Brian Kendrick up and had himself in perfect position for the lawn dart. And now Brian Kendrick in serious trouble. Gargano rolls him over into a cover on Kendrick. One. No, Brian Kendrick with the shoulder up. And now Johnny has him back up to his feet. Johnny, DDT to Brian Kendrick. And now Johnny's got him back to his feet. Gargano. No. Kendrick shoves him off. Kendrick turns Gargano around, rolls Gargano through. Kendrick might have a handful of tights there, I couldn't quite see. And a big drop kick from Brian Kendrick. And now the Brian Kendrick picking him up. Brian Kendrick. No, Gargano with a counter again. Kendrick with a counter. And Kendrick shoves Gargano into the corner. Now the Brian Kendrick has Gargano. And turns him around here. Kendrick. Again, the springboard into a crossbody. Now Kendrick picks up Gargano, and Brian Kendrick. Oh, into the captain's hook. Brian Kendrick, captain's hook on Gargano. Will Gargano fight out or tap out? And Gargano is going to pick. Gargano picks fight out. Gargano drops Kendrick into the cover. Gargano, one. No, another kick out. Now Johnny has Kendrick back to his feet. And Gargano turns him around. Has him full Nelson and drops him into the mat. Johnny Gargano now drags Brian Kendrick away from the ropes. Into the cover. Kendrick. 1, 2. No! Again, another kick out from Brian Kendrick. There's Johnny on the well one too many times. Well, now here we go. Into Gargano escape. But a rope break is going to save Brian on that one. Gargano. Going to recover off of that. 1, 2. No, another kick out from Brian Kendrick. Gargano turns him over again. And now Gargano back into Gargano escape. And Kendrick taps out. Had nowhere to go. Brian Kendrick has to tap out from Gargano escape to end the night. What a battle we saw, though, between Kendrick and Gargano tonight. Both men gave it their all, and in the end, Gargano was just the better competitor tonight. See there, Kendrick's foot went into the rope. Referee made a wise call there. That was the right call. I will not argue with the official's decision on that one. victory there for Johnny Gargano. Thank you all for tuning in tonight to NXT. I've been Xander. I'll see you all tomorrow for ARW. This has been Universe Mode.